Holy shit, guys, I just came back from Horror-Rama, a convention in Toronto, if you guys didn't know, and it was great as always. Met some people, talked about movies, met Lamberto Bava, went to a couple of panels, heard some discussions about movie industry, horror back in the 70s, just a bunch of good stuff as always, and I bought a metric ton of movies. Like, honestly, if you thought my Requiem pickups were like excessive, you haven't seen this video, so stay tuned, guys, because this is gonna be a big one, and I'm not referring to my last video. Alright, first things first, like I said, I met Lamberto Bava, and he's a great guy. I went to his panel, he discussed his career, making, of course, making Demoni and making lots of stuff. So I bought this little vinyl, this little record. I don't know why you call it a vinyl. This record for the soundtrack of Demoni 2, composed by Simon Boswell, of course, of Goblin fame. And just a great soundtrack. I don't have a vinyl player, a record player, but my brother is kind of getting into vinyl, so I might have access to a record player very soon. But I just bought it because I love the cover. It comes with a poster. Of course, it comes with the disc and a poster, but yeah, no, Lamberto, great guy. He doesn't really speak English, as you know, he's Italian, but that was good. Greta did the translation during his panel. Just funny guy, just great stories. Of course, he worked in movies with legends like Dario Argento and a bunch of legendary Italian producers and directors. So yeah. Now, my non-Horror-Rama pickups, because not only did I buy a shit ton of movies at Horror-Rama, I went to a used bookstore. There was some good movies. That's the thing I like about Toronto, is you get a lot more like mixed tastes in movies. So it's not like here where it's basically just mainstream stuff. You can find some gems in like used bookstores at okay prices. The first one is the Two-Headed Transplant and The Thing with Two Heads, which is of course a exploitation classic, and now I love these midnight movies. I tried to collect as much as I can find since they're out of print, and most of them go for like decent money, so that wasn't a bad find, especially since these are like kind of like super low budget exploitation classics. So yeah, can't wait to see this. A Japanese film. I bought some Asian stuff. I mostly went for Italian and European this year, but I bought Violent Cop, which I was looking for a while, and again, the prices were good. It comes with a little pamphlet and like a poster for another movie, and yeah, I don't know, I wanted to see this one. It's a film by Takeshi Kitano, and I was just curious. It's kind of recent. Oh no, it's from 1989, and it's a detective police action film. And usually the Japanese make some good detective action films. So yeah, one I was looking for. I have it on VHS, but in French. So I'm like, I wanted to get it in English and on DVD, or not in English in its original language with subtitles. Oh wait, I think I got fucked over, because let's hope it's in Japanese with subtitles, or else I'm gonna be sad about this, especially since I bought it for 20 bucks. But yeah, it doesn't look like, well, English dub is better, I guess, than the shitty French dub on that VHS. Oh well, Shogun Assassin, I wanted to sit for a while, and if I like it, I'll buy a better version and maybe get rid of this DVD. So yeah. Horror-Rama. Let's start with the stuff I got for free. I got a music CD, a t-shirt, and a poster because I was VIP, but I kind of forgot them over there, so I won't. It's a t-shirt with their logo, and it's a CD from Bad Channel, the Full Moon movie, and I got this Blu-ray for free, Puppet Master, Axis of Evil. which is not their recent, is it? It's mildly recent. I think I've seen this one. I think I probably own it already. I'm not a big fan of the Puppet Master series, honestly. Most of them I watched are kind of bad. I didn't like them. They're Alright, DVDs, because I still buy DVDs. I know some people will judge me, but I still buy them because I have a DVD player, and some of them are too expensive on Blu-ray, because especially in Canada. The first one, Eugenie, the story of her journey into perversion, a Jess Franco film. Of course, you know I love my Franco trash, and I didn't own this one, and this has been on my wish list for like a really long time. It's with Mary Lalajal, Maria Rome, Jack Taylor, Christopher Lee, and it's directed by the one, the only Jess Franco. It's a sexploitation. I don't know really much about it. Seed People, I got that at the Full Moon table, and my brother's just like, hey, this looks kind of like trash you would enjoy. I'm like, yeah, it's probably exactly the kind of trash I enjoy. So yeah, can't wait to watch that. The 30th anniversary of Ghost Keepers, a classic, very low budget Canadian film, like super low budget, about people getting snowed in, and it's not well known even in Canada. I'll tell you about Canadian films later, but most Canadian horror films are not well known in Canada because we hate our own people. But yeah, it's about people getting snowed into like an abandoned hotel, or like an hotel that's not in business during like the winter times. So it's like this perfect Canadian movie when you're snowed into your house. We're not right now, but we'll be pretty soon. To spaghetti western, Killer Caliber 32 and Killer Adios, both in Technicolor. Yeah, Eastman color and Technicolor. I don't know. I love spaghetti westerns, and I bought a Lucio Fulci spaghetti western in Cine Bazaar from this company, and I was impressed kind of with the transfer. It wasn't the best, but it looked good for DVD. So I bought it. Looks good. A double feature, 2 movies for the price of 1. Flavia the Heretics, released by Synapse Films. Synapse Film was actually there. I didn't buy anything because holy shit are they expensive. This is like a nunsploitation. I think it's Italian. Yeah, it's Italian, of course. I'm not a big fan of nunsploitation. Usually, I've heard some stuff about this one doesn't look too bad. Looks really sleazy. So it's kind of my type of movie. I'll check it out. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. That's like most nunsploitation movies. Most of them are bad. Eurocrime, a documentary about policier haute police crime films from the 70s in Italy. At Requiem Fear Fest, I watched a documentary that was supposedly about horror movies, but like 40 minutes of it was on Eurocrime. So I hope this one is more interesting and is more pertinent. It should be, because it has a lot more actors that were actually in those types of movies. So I can't wait to watch that. Plus it's like 2 hours long, which is honestly like the perfect length for a documentary about movies. Most documentary about exploitation films, I feel like they're too short, and this one is a perfect length. I'll just check the time because I have some pizza cooking. All right. Next up, the Blu-rays. I bought a shit ton of Blu-rays, guys. Oh shit, I forgot a DVD. This Japanese horror film that I know nothing about it. It was only $5. It's from it's Japanese. It's region 3. Looks good. Looks fun. I'll check it out. So yeah, the Blu-rays, I think I'll do this stack, I'll go check the pizza, and I'll come back. Alright. The first stack, I can start with the what my brother got actually. So my brother did get some movies. He's not a big horror fan. He's more of a action movie fan. So he got himself a little Shaw Brothers movie, The Deadly Duo, on Blu-ray. This looks good, honestly. I love Shaw Brothers too. I also collect Shaw Brother movies, but I'm like, I'll let him have it. It looks pretty good. Can't wait to check it out. You got a DVD of a two animated features about the droids of Star Wars. He's a big Star Wars fan. This looks horrible, like probably most like spin-offs of Star Wars, but this looks like the good kind of horrible. If you're following C-3PO and R2-D2, there's going to be some shitty comedy and it's going to be hilarious. And finally, this one I'm also glad he got, because holy shit, My Neighbor Totoro, a Studio Ghibli classic. I love Studio Ghibli, also jealous that he got that. But it wouldn't really fit into my collection. Like, even my anime in my collection is more adult. But I would get some Studio Ghibli stuff. Alright, on to the cult and horror and shit. The Tough Ones by Umberto Lenzi. I can't believe I found this. First day, first hour of the con, I get in. I see this, I'm like, I'm buying this right now because I know it's gonna be gone in like 2 minutes. So I got it. It's the Grindhouse releasing. Holy shit, I haven't bought a Grindhouse release since like Pieces. I don't even have Pieces, like since that one, Blood. Like Cannibal Holocaust I got, and the one with the needle, always forget the name, but I love that movie. Because they're expensive in Canada and they go out of print like that. But I'm so glad I finally got the Tough Ones. I really want the Pieces Blu-ray and the Cannibal Ferox Blu-ray, especially the Cannibal Ferox Blu-ray because it has a documentary. But I'm gonna be happy with this. I'm gonna be happy I found it. It's a Police film. It's by Umberto Lenzi. It has Thomas Milan. It's probably gonna be great. I paid a lot of money for this. I paid $49. I paid $50 for this. It better be good. Or I can just resell it for that price if it isn't. Not Vinegar Syndrome, that's way later. Just some miscellaneous Blu-rays. The Blob, the 80s remake. I have it on DVD. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know why. But now I got it on Blu-ray by Umbrella Release from Australia. And honestly, I'm glad I got it on Blu-ray because the transfer is probably way better than that old DVD. And there's a few bonus features. I've heard some great stuff. A lot of people, like a lot of these 80s remake, like The Fly and The Thing, are supposedly great. I like the original Steve McQueen B movie. I love it, but I can't wait to like watch a more modern, more violent, more gory interpretation of that film, because I think it had some potential of being serious, but it was the 50s and it wasn't. A Pete Walker film, the British director, like he made a lot of cult movies. I've seen a couple. Overall, I like him. They're slow burns. They're definitely not for everyone. But this one just sounded so good. Home Before Midnight. It's it's about a songwriter that rescues a stranded hitchhiker, and a steamy romance transpires. Like, it's like this coming of age kind of film, and it has the rock, 70s rock, like what I call boomer music. So it can't be that bad, and like it's Pete Walker, and it's like different for him. So I was curious to watch a more serious Pete Walker film. But definitely I'll check it out. I'll tell you guys if it's any good. Necromantic, the first one. I have the second one on Blu-ray by Cult Epics, and I overpaid for this. But I got it there, and I supported local businesses. But it's a horror film. It's this really artsy German black and white film. It's really weird. It's about necrophilia, digging up bodies, having sex with them. A lot of classical music, way artsy as fuck. And it has a bonus film of Hot Ones, which limited edition 10,000 copies. There's still some out there. Why is it limited to 10,000 copies? Like, I don't even know if 10,000 people have seen Necromantic, let alone buying a fucking Blu-ray of it. Severin, these guys, I love them. I love their releases. Bring back your shit to Canada, please. Bring it back to Amazon. I'll pay like $10 more for it, but I just want your goddamn releases. Now I have to wait for conventions, film festivals to buy your shit, and I'm fed up with it. Like, just let me fucking spend my money on you guys. Jesus Christ. Paganini horror. Every time I watch this, I look at this title, I think of the car manufacturer Pagani, which is one of the they make some of the most beautiful cars ever created. So I'm always like, Pagani horror, is that about? Oh no, it's this exploitation film from Italy. It's this horror exploitation film from Italy. I don't know what it is. Looks pretty good. It's from the producer of Zombie the Beyond and Killer Crocodile, and it's directed by Luigi Cosi, which directed Star Crash. Yeah, Star Crash. That was a good flick. Contamination is not my favorite, but yeah, it's a Italian horror film, so of course I was interested in it. Goliath, the demon of incest. How could you not buy a movie called Goliath, the demon of incest? It's called the demon of incest. Fucking Severin. It's also Italian. Of course it's Italian. Why shouldn't it be? And it's supposedly this giallo with a lot of incest. I'm down for that. And finally, for Severin, Killer Crocodile and Killer Crocodile 2, a dual feature and a documentary about the special effects of this movie is included. And yeah, I have no idea what Killer Crocodile is. Supposedly it's Italian. It's my kind of shit, and supposedly it's super schlocky, and it has hot bikini babes getting eaten by big giant crocodiles on the cover, so I'm down. I'll buy it. Hear me, Severin? I'll buy your shit. Just put them on Amazon.ca, fuck's sakes. The moment y'all been waiting for. Vinegar Syndrome. What did I buy from them? I bought 14 movies. 2 of them you won't see because they're not actually mine. They're for Grindhouse Funhouse. It's Hell Comes to Frogtown and Sudden Fury with the slipcover. You got lucky, Paul, because fucking Hell Comes to Frogtown was like out of them like the first day. So, what did I get from Vinegar Syndrome, which slowly but surely turning into my favorite company? No, it is, because I got the most releases from them. They just... A lot of people were talking about, like, their movies are like... They release a lot of stuff, but a lot of it's bad. I have this to say. What? Because, honestly, some of them are bad. Like, they release a lot of shit. But a lot of them are good, are bad in a good way, and a lot of them are like hidden gems, like Pets. Pets was fucking great. But yeah, so I blind buy lots of them, but I'm honestly, most of the time, I'm like, holy shit, that's a good movie, or at least, holy shit, that's a bad movie, but it's fucking hilarious. So, let's dig in, and I'll start with the non-slip cover titles, because I want to tease you guys. I want to tease you guys a little bit. I guess I'll start with some older titles. Yeah. Okay, so Ice Cream Man with Clint Howard. I've heard some good stuff about this movie. I can't wait. It's like this 90s over-the-top slasher with like an over-the-top character, and it has an ice cream cone on the cover, and it looks good because there was a decapitated guy in like an ice cream cone. That looks awesome. Psycho Cop Returns, another 90s film. I'm not that much into 90s movies, but I just bought two, and this one is directed by Adam Rifkin. I haven't seen it, but I've heard the guy over there told me it's good, so I am pretty sure it's good. I mean, Adam Rifkin is rarely disappoints, so yeah, why not? Psychic Killer. I asked the guy over there for a movie in the Killing Kind type of the Killing Kind type of movie, and it's a more serious, more grounded, more disturbing slasher slash horror film instead of the silly fun they usually put out. And yes, I'm surprised this is rated PG and supposedly has like gore and nudity. I don't know how the MPAA missed that, but like the 70s were a different time, obviously. It wasn't really about the content, more the what's in whatever. You get what I mean. But yeah, no, directed by Roy Denton, starring Jim Hutton, which I have no idea who that is. Probably some old actor I'd never heard of. So yeah, and it has some supernatural element, but supposedly it's like a more realistic, disturbing kind of slasher. Count Dracula's Great Love, starring a fatter Paul Naschy, not as fit Paul Naschy. I've seen this movie on the Elvira DVD, and even on the Elvira DVD, the cut and horrible transfer, I still enjoyed it. Like, a lot of times I was like a bit bored because I couldn't see shit because of the shitty transfer, but I was still curious, and it still stayed in my head. And this is the uncut version. This is directed by Javier Aguirre, and it's a Paul Naschy film. I love that Paul Naschy is getting some love. I love me some good old Paul Naschy. A blaxploitation film directed by Jama Fanaka, Penitentiary. This has 2 sequels, and it's from 1979, and it stars Leon Isaac Kennedy, and it's about prison. So this is one of the few movies I have about prison which do not include women kissing each other in the shower. The Corruption of Chris Miller, a Spanish giallo. The guy told me, like, if you liked Blue Eyes of the Broken Doll with Paul Naschy, speaking of Paul Naschy, you'll like this one. And good thing, because I loved that Paul Naschy movie. And this is directed by Juan Antonio Bardem, and I have no idea what it is about, but it's a Spanish giallo, which is a good thing. Finally, the slipcover titles. This is porn. This, I think, it's starring Samantha Fox, and it's directed by Roger Watkins, so you know it's not new. It's a sex comedy by Roger Watkins, the infamous director who did really weird story-driven porn, like Corruption, Midnight Heat, and he's also known for, supposedly, that's what he told us, because he's dead now, he supposedly directed Last House on Dead End Street, which is one of my favorite exploitation grindhouse film, and I was just curious about his other stuff. I'm like, comedy? From the guy who did fucking clown sex scene in Corruption? But yeah, no, I'm curious about it. I think it's a porn. It's probably a hardcore porn. Interesting. Penitentiary 2, which is the sequel to Penitentiary, and it has Mr. T in it. And that doesn't sound good. Yeah, so it's the follow-up to Penitentiary, and yeah, can't wait to see it. Looks good. I don't know if I like the guys in prison as much as I like the women in prison films, but we'll see. Sudden Fury, which I also bought for Paul, and these were the last like slipcovers for it. a revenge film directed by Brian Damdude and Damudes. It's an Hitchcockian thriller, prolific NFB short film. Forgot it's it's Canadian. Oh shit, I didn't, like I said, in Canada we don't respect our own, so I didn't know this was Canadian, but this is a Canadian exploitation revenge film that's supposedly a little bit artsy because it's directed by a guy that did a lot of NFB shorts, which, if you don't know what these are, go on the NFB website and have a ball for a couple of hours by fucking falling asleep. Oh shit, I forgot this one is a non-slip. Dolomite. Supposedly, these are not selling well, so they won't be reprinted. So when they go out of print, they won't come back. Even with the release of that Netflix movie, which I still need to see. But I need to see Dolomite first. I've never seen any of the Rudy Ray Moore films. But yeah, so supposedly, if you guys are into Dolomite or blaxploitation, go grab them copies, because they're not going to be in print for longer. The Vineyard, again, a classic out of print DVD that everyone wanted for a while, and then Vinegar Syndrome's just like, here, take it. So it's a 80s slasher about a vineyard. I like slashers with in weird locations, and I feel like a vineyard is definitely one of those weird location type of slashers. So can't wait to see that. And finally, Beyond the Door 3, the follow-up to Beyond the Door 1 and 2. I have no fucking clue if it even has to do with those two movies. It's probably just a title, because pretty sure Beyond the Door was Italian, and this doesn't seem to be Italian. I don't know. I have no idea. I just look good. Slipcover looks good. It's Vinegar Syndrome. I blind bought it. It just looks like a fun movie. And that'll be it for Horror-Rama this year. I'll go back next year, definitely. This is always a great weekend full of fun and just good horror movie chuckles. And see you guys next time.